Okay. Um, I was gonna go ahead and go live and talk about my some songs that I need to release, obviously, but I probably just this will probably just be like a little Q&A or something of the sort. Um, this is I have like two rooms. I guess one where most of you guys have seen the stream has been kind of in like this like kind of closet. It's like nothing in there. But this is probably where um, this is like where my piano is and where I make most of my music usually. Now I don't actually get to use this a whole lot just because I mean as you see on the stream I just use like my laptop keys and some because I don't really know how to play this all that well. But I do like to practice on this. I like to just like get better at it. So like one thing that I'll do is one thing that I've been doing lately is practicing my I don't want to say fingering, but I've been practicing how well I move on the piano. So I'll do like I'm not that good at it, obviously, but I've been trying to learn how to get better at moving on this piano. But sometimes, like if I'm making a beat and I feel like I'm in the mood for it, I will bring out the keyboard. But usually, I will not, just because. Gotta get it. Yeah. I know, right? Yeah, I need to. But like I said, this is probably as good as I am right now. I'll practice very slowly. You know, but I'm not that good at it. And I know it sounds pretty simple just to go up chromatically, but it is a lot harder than it seems. Like when you've seen someone do it really fast, yeah, it's intimidating. And then, yeah, probably one thing I'll do this year is get better at being able to like whip up chords on the fly. Because usually, like if I were to like go to like an actual studio session, which I never have never really done, like and they sat me in front of this, the one thing that I would probably do, just kind of like what I do on FL, I like to click in a chord progression on the actual program, and then from there I'll find an accompanying melody. But as far as like just coming up with an idea on here, yeah, I'm not like that. I can't do that. I mean, you know, I'm not even I'm not even gonna bother playing anything because I don't want to embarrass myself. But yeah, one thing I'll do also is other than like working on these two fingerings is I'll do this, and this is a lot harder. But anyway, I wanted to maybe do like instead of doing it like an unreleased um, Monday, where I rummaged through my vault, which I ended up just randomly going live. I wanted to do like some sort of Q&A, or whatever, just because I wanted, like I said, I want to do lives, and I want it to be a more regular occurring thing. So typically I will. What time is it? It's like for me it's 7:25. I normally would have gone live at like 3, but I was not able to. So by not sure how long I'll be on this live, but if you guys are here watching, that'd be cool. Stick around, ask questions. Feel free. I'm just gonna be here practicing. And then if yeah, I can't really play anything right now. My laptop is not here with me. Drink water. Yeah, actually, I always do. Um, I am like even when I go out to like a restaurant, I'm a water guy. I know it's like people bag on like the type of people who like only get water at like a restaurant, but I genuinely just love to quench my thirst with water. I don't know how people do it with soda. Like if I'm thirsty, I cannot. I will go nut. All right, man. Fry killer. I'll see you around. Maybe we'll have a better time at the next live. But yeah, I'm not sure how people do it with oh, what's up, man? Undiscovered space. What's up? I'm kind of doing like just a hangout slash Q&A. Um, typically, what I would have done is go through my, I'd say roughly 200 unreleased songs. Yeah, water only. Absolutely. Even though the tap water at like a restaurant is disgusting, I still would just choose that over um, soda. Occasionally, I will drink like um, I don't know, like an orange juice, kinda like a lemonade. But I like to water it down. Yeah, surprisingly, with ice, of course. How did Mark get to know your music? Actually, I think the timing on that was really perfect. So, um, it started in. So again, if you know a little bit about me, I initially started like with YouTubers back in 2016 with Casey Neistat, and from there I could like, he used some of my songs and they were not that good, right? But I was able to like work with him enough to be like, oh yeah, I make music for Casey Neistat, and from there I kind of used his name as like a way to open doors, and so like fast forward to 2020, and this is around the time when everyone was quite literally just at their homes, and so I guess just like me, Mark had nothing better to do but just to read his emails. But I just cold emailed him. It was like March of 2020, and I was like, "Hey, I make music for Casey Neistat. Would you be open to me sending you some music for your videos?" And at the time, the songs that he already had like his iconic Mark Rober songs by Blue Wednesday and Andrew Applepie, but I think he had like already kind of used that for so long, and he only pretty much had those two artists. I was, I wouldn't say a breath of fresh air, but yeah, I was able to kind of expand on the science beats, because it's kind of like a weird subgenre that no one's really, because when you think of Casey Neistat, you kind of have this idea as to what a vlog beat sounds like, hip hop, boom bap type of beat, um, and like there wasn't a whole lot of like science type of beats, and so yeah, so from there, like in March of 2020, I was just talking with him, and I was sending him a bunch of just like garbage, kind of like with Casey. I was sending a bunch of trash, and eventually the first beat that he accepted, he actually hasn't even used. It was it's on my Spotify. It's called Marky Mark. I think that was like the first beat that he like genuinely was like, oh yeah, send this to me. If you want to like check it out, just like type in Marky Mark by Ponder. Um, was Toys released for him? So again, if we're looking at the timeline, so I sent him a bunch of terrible tracks, right? One of them being Marky Mark. Uh, the next one being, again, this is like a bunch of random beats. Next one being Chi, which was like I think one of the first ones that he's used. There's actually three. Chi, Toys, surprisingly was like one of the second or third beats that he accepted in his like little library. And then the third one was Nick, which is like the little guitar instrumental. And then and so around that year, he released the very viral ninja obstacle, the squirrel ninja, the big one. And so he had asked for like different versions of Nick, where it was stripped out of like some of the instruments. And then he actually also asked me to kind of recreate the Mission Impossible theme song, just because he didn't want to get copyright striked. Um, and so yeah, like if you listen to like when the squirrel actually starts the obstacle course, you can kind of hear my crappy version of the Mission Impossible theme song. And then he also asked me to do. He wanted me to like make a score for that whole video. If you can imagine like what like a Discovery Channel um documentary would sound like. He asked me to do that, but I was I was not like that good at scoring. I've never really done it, but I'll still try. Um, and I didn't really couldn't come up with anything good enough. So what he ended up having me do was kind of just like um, if if you watch that video, you'll know the classic squirrel theme song, um, where it kind of just has like little strings. That's like an Epidemic Sound track, and he just wanted me to like place the music throughout his video for him, which I did that. Um, but yeah, that Obstacle Ninja course was my first video with Mark, and all that was from a cold email, which was I was really lucky that he answered, because actually when I look back, I think I reached out to him first in like 2016. This was probably like during the Casey Neistat run, and so yeah, I like reached out, and he actually did respond too. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm always looking for music. Send me your SoundCloud link." And of course, SoundCloud was very popping back in the day. Sorry, I heard something. Um, and he so okay, yeah, so he did respond back like in 2016, and of course he nothing really came from that, and so I guess fast forward 4 years, and you know I was able to work with him from 2020, and from there, it was just back and forth. Sometimes he would be very hands on with uh, what sound like he would like from me, or he would like have a suggestion for like, hey, this beat's okay, I like this part, maybe you could like um so like that if you are familiar with the first track on the Mark Collection album, Origins, that is probably one of my I know I say a lot of my tracks are my favorite, but it's one of my favorite tracks, because I think that is like the one of the tracks that is like the epitome of like Mark Rober sound. um, but anyway, so I had originally had the main melody of like the strings for that, and it's on my YouTube channel. I actually released it, um, but he like sent me like a little voicemail of like, hey, can you like redo the chorus of it? Kind of sounds odd, and I redid it, and it turned out really nice. When did you know he was making Crunch Slash because of swim class? Okay, so um, yeah, it's so funny because like as you know, he only releases like a video a month. So like when I first started working with him, I was just like, I would just like make as many like beats as I possibly could for Mark, good or bad. Just they're all being sent to Mark, and so like when I first started working with him, I think the squirrel video came out in like May, sometime in the summer, right? And so it was like 1 month. So what was it? So like maybe seven or six videos that year. Um, I really would only hear like one or two songs for like that year, and occasionally I would hear like another random song. And so Swim Class was actually probably like an early track as well. I think it was. I don't even remember when he like announced Crunch Labs. That must have been like 2021 in the summer, probably. But that beat was made long before Crunch Labs was even a thing, and it is always surprising too, because sometimes, like nowadays, when I watch one of his videos, his editors will like, whenever I get a chance to like talk to them on the phone, they're like, "Oh, did you check out that song of yours from way back that I put in the edit?" And it's pretty cool. 2022. Okay, nice. Yeah, dang it, it's crazy. Yeah, swim class or oh, swim class. Oh shoot, I'm thinking of New Shirt. Swim class was probably before New Shirt. New Shirt was a 2021 track, which is kind of like the. I think he told me himself like New Shirt is kind of like the track for Crunch Labs, um, which is why they're using it in his Netflix show. But Swim Class, I'm trying to remember how that sounded like. It was just like regular. I use a lot of cello in his music, but when he was making okay, Swim, yeah, I don't know, man. I got a lot of tracks. Um, sometimes actually only recently did so if you follow like Crunch Labs on Instagram, they post like reels kind of like every day, just like a bunch of random stuff, and every now and then I'll hear some really old beat of mine that I don't even know if it's like released or from one of the collections. But yeah, it is so hard for me sometimes. I'll hear something that sounds so familiar. I was like, I don't even know what beat that is. Like if I wanted to Shazam it, I couldn't because I don't even know if it's released. And that's why I'm probably gonna start doing release streams, like playing unreleased songs regularly, just so you guys can kind of hear just all the extensive tracks that I have in our library. Um, and then have you guys pick and choose. But yeah, we got a bunch of tracks, and that's kind of why this year was probably like the last year, rightfully so, that I've been on a retainer with Mark, meaning like he pays me monthly, and I just like churn out music. It kind of, I mean, I know it sounds kind of ridiculous because I think that started in 2023. I was like officially like on a monthly retainer. Even though he only releases like once a month, he has a bunch of like other side things that kind of require, that Mark sound, but exclusivity. So like, there's been times when he's done deals with Google and T-Mobile, and they'll reach out to me and license a Mark track, and it'll have thankfully that Mark feel. But yeah, I'm really hoping that this. uh, so in terms of all the companies that he's worked with, I really am hoping that this Netflix deal kind of just works out in my favor. So like, as you know, I have like 3 tracks that are hopefully gonna get considered in the show, and what I told the folks at Netflix is that, hey, I would love to be a part of the actual 9 episodes. Um, we'll see what they say, but that would be awesome, like to actually be a part of like the 9 episodes. Two, what the heck? Hold on, is it $2 per song record? Um, Okay, let me not do that. Oops. Let me drag this out. Okay. But anyway, um, so and so yeah, so like I was saying, I've been working on a retainer with Mark for so long that ideally, what I would like to do in terms of my music career is have my streams be like the main source of income, and to do that, honestly, I think all of that is possible through Mark's audience. It's just that there are still a bunch of people that don't really know who I am. YouTube and a lot of people in Mark's. All right, all right. Just give me like 1 second. I will be right back. Okay. Um, I'm debating whether or not I should even go and do an unreleased session. You know what I mean? One- Hey, isn't that cool that you're the only one on right now? Oh, geez. It's two people on right now. That's cool. One, probably just you. Okay, go ahead and probably end this live here. Like I said, I just wanted to get on regularly, so and I have done that. So I'm gonna I'll see you guys later. All right. Let's see what we got. Let me see if I can end this, cause there we go. All right, take care.